Go.
Okay.
We need to say hey.
So today,
First you go, hello. What is it, Mugapo?
Wingapo.
Wingapo. We should do that. Wait, let's do it together. Wingapo. Once again, I'm Sydney.
I guess I'm Forrest.
I guess. And we're the carousel couple. If you hear any crying, barking, or anything in between, I'm so sorry. We have 2 dogs locked up right now to try to keep them away. So today we decided to take a break from our weekly videos and post a video about the 3 annual passes, because I know the last day for this year is what, September?
I think it's September
20.
It's the 21st, I think.
Okay, so September 21st should be the last one, but they just announced that they're doing it next year. They said starting when?
It's either December or January to March.
So they're just taking like a little break, I guess, for like the festivities to happen, and then they're gonna start again for the after hours event. I don't know if I said that. But today we're gonna actually talk about 3, I guess, extra time in the park. So we have the annual pass after hours that we did. We have the I'm looking down, looking at the phone. We have the hotel regular after hours that we did. Not after hours, extra magic hours. And then we have the after hours event that we paid for. So those are 3 that we're gonna go into each section to talk about how we feel about it and which one's better and which one we like, I guess. Okay, so, let me open this back up. So, August 5th, we went to, they're all Magic Kingdom. We went to Magic Kingdom for the annual pass extra magic hours. And we didn't pay for anything.
It was free.
It was free, but you had to like go on there really quick to do it. They sent out an email if you're an annual pass holder, and if you're fast enough, you can do it, I guess. Because I know a lot of people didn't. But I think they're gonna have like 2 more of those, like an Epcot maybe. I think that's
Yeah, so I think they just did one Epcot.
They're still an Epcot, so they should have another one coming up. And this is actually the very first time they have done it. So we went the 5th. We drove in that night and went pretty much straight.
No, we checked into the hotel.
Yeah.
Only was there for like 5 minutes, and then we drove to the pass holder event.
Yeah, so we pretty much went straight there after that.
Check-in was, I think it was similar to the after hours event check-in.
I think check-in started at 7. We showed up around 8:30, I believe. That's gonna be like in our video whenever. Well, it's already up. Our video's already up about it. We didn't get a lot of footage that night.
It was dark.
It was like really, really dark. Especially like going around Fantasyland was super dark.
It was probably the
second best?
It was in the middle.
Yeah.
Less crowded than extra magic hours, more crowded than after hours.
I guess we don't really realize how many annual pass holders there were. I mean, it was crazy.
Transportation was different because the annual pass holder events were mainly people driving in. So
Stop shaking your leg.
yeah, there were mainly people driving in, which is something to think about.
Yeah.
Late nights, that's, since you're competing with everybody else parking at the TTC, it's harder to get out of that situation.
It was really packed. I mean, we would suggest either go into like Grand Floridian, Polynesian Contemporary to park and take the monorail to get there.
Or park at Epcot, and, well, I don't know how that would work out either.
It would be like just a more difficult situation, but
Either way, I would find an alternative. I might would even park at Disney Springs before I park at the TTC for the annual pass holder event.
get a bus to Magic Kingdom. I mean, it was just annual pass holders, since the majority, I mean, majority of them live in Florida. So it's just, everybody was there, pretty much drove, and
We drove that night because we were staying off property that night.
Yeah. So by the time like after it ended, by the time we got back, it probably took an hour, 2 hours to even get back to our car. You think?
Yeah.
It was just crazy. Because they shut down the monorail, didn't they? We had to take the boat.
They shut down the monorail for that and for the...
After hours?
I think it was after hours. I think Extra Magic Hours was open because it's open, because it's
Yeah.
resort guests.
So you had to take the ferry boat to get back to the TCC. And just packing everybody onto that, it's just got crazy.
But it died down a lot sooner. I don't know what the hours were for the AP hours event.
I think, I want to say it's an extra 2 hours, and then the after
Well, it took
hours
a
is
good
extra.
hour after that for it to die down.
That's what I think you have to think about. It's not going to be automatically cleared. Like, I mean, it says that it starts at, what did we say, 9?
Yeah.
Starts at
I
9.
think it was like 8 or 9, and it was over, let's just say 9 to 11, so.
Yeah.
And the fireworks happened at 9.
So everybody didn't clear out till like 10:30. It pushed an 11. I mean,
Yeah.
so pretty much it was just still really packed. But when everybody did clear out, it was really nice. I think it was nice.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
It cleared out a lot sooner than the Extra Magic Hours did.
Mhm.
The Extra Magic Hours, even though it's only resort guests, everybody does it because it's available to every resort,
Yeah.
values all the way through deluxe.
Mhm.
And with that, I think the easiest option to go to that kind of event is to drive in because you can get to the TTC easier than you can
What, you talking about that?
than waiting for buses.
Oh, you're talking about just like the plain extra magic
Just
hours?
Extra Magic Hours.
Okay.
Because it's all resort guests. They're not driving. Most of them are not going to drive to the TTC. They're going to take the buses
Yeah.
or the boats or monorails.
Yeah.
Um,
But going back to the annual pass extra magic hours, what was open? Do you remember? I think Casey's was definitely open.
yeah.
I feel like Casey's is always open.
I think it was Casey's and Cosmic Rays.
Cosmic Rays was definitely open.
Yeah, 'cause we
I
went
want to
there.
say Casey's might have been closed then. Because I think it was like only one that was open. Cosmic Rays was definitely open because we ate there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Casey's was not functioning that night. I think it was Cosmic Rays and something else.
I think they always have the bakery open, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that was the two actually. I think it might have been the bakery and Cosmic Rays.
And then they even closed the Emporium, didn't they? Like when the hours closed.
Yeah, within the night. I mean, they're obviously not going to shut the doors completely, but they shut some of the doors around.
Yeah, they started
11.
closing it down around 11.
I think it might have been midnight. Because we didn't get back to the hotel till really late.
Yeah, really, really late.
Is that it for the...
Yeah, for the annual pass. And then for the...
Oh, and Splash was not open for that.
Oh yeah, okay. So some rides are not going to be open for the annual pass. So Splash Mountain's our favorite ride, and that was
I
closed.
think most of the rides that are open during regular Extra Magic Hours were open during the Annual Pass hours.
So like Jungle Cruise was closed.
Close the water rides.
Yeah, pretty much. Splash was closed. I know Tom Sawyer is closed, but they usually close that off anyways. That might have been it.
Yeah.
Because I know Pirates is still open.
Yeah. So the Extra Magic Hours, the resort one.
Okay, yeah, so we went on the annual pass was August 5th, and then the extra magic hours was August 8th, which was a Wednesday.
And that was... These are all the Magic Kingdom too.
Oh yeah, all in Magic Kingdom.
The 8th was... So it was Extra Magic Hours. It was harder to get out because we were on property there and that. And we took the bus that day. And like everybody else, that was the Extra Magic Hours that were staying on property. They took the buses, the monorails, the boats. So it was harder to get out that way too. So
this one we would suggest driving.
yeah, you have to do the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing. Otherwise you'll be stuck waiting for transportation for
Hours.
30 minutes to an hour.
I wouldn't even say in 30 minutes. I'd say in at least an hour.
Because there's only one bus every 20 minutes, and that's hoping. Sometimes it's not even that fast.
Yeah. We would say this is the the worst out of the three. Of course, do it. It's still worth it.
I mean, it still dies out, but it didn't die out until, I mean, it wasn't really enjoyable until 30 minutes before it was over.
Because you're going to have everybody in the resorts go into this. So, I mean, every single person pretty much went to the extra magic hours.
And I think one of the mountains was down, which made it even more crowded.
I think, didn't Space shut down for a second?
It was either Space or, Splash was shut down anyway because they're not open during extra
Splash
magic
was
hours.
already down.
And I think Space was down, so everybody was at Big Thunder, which, practically pointless to go ride because it was basically the wait time during the day as it was the night.
Yeah. But more stuff was the more food was open. I think
Casey's was open.
Yeah, Casey's definitely. Pico's Bill was closed though. Pico Bill is like one of our favorites. But Cosmic Rays, Casey's, the Emporium, I believe it stays open at after hour. It stays open one more hour after the park closes. So what time do you think it ended? Like 11, I believe.
Yeah, it was like 11 or 12. I think it was 12 again. I think Casey was open till midnight, right? Or till 1.
You think?
I think.
I'm gonna look that up.
Crowd-wise, it was more crowded than the Annual Passholder Event, which was, like I said, they're both free, so you're not losing anything on them. They're just, but because they're free, they have more people in them. They're easier access. That brings us to the After Hours event, which was amazing.
Or not? Yeah. Well, you're gonna see in the video where it gets a little kind of confusing because Forrest kind of goes on a rant for a minute. But it was a Saturday, so it's gonna be.
It was the night before we left, so that was the only downside.
Yeah, because they only had it on Saturdays.
Of course, we stayed the entire time though.
Yeah. But we paid with our annual pass discount. I believe it was $85.
I think that's before. I think it's around $94 after tax.
94.
Splash Mountain was open. Pretty much everything was open except for maybe Jungle Cruise. Was Jungle Cruise even open?
I think Jungle Cruise was even open. I do.
You got the free ice cream. You got the free drinks.
Free popcorn.
The crowds. The only bad thing about the After Hours event, I would say, would be the lack of a gap between the regular crowd and the After Hours crowd, where the fireworks go off at 9 or so. Mm-hmm. The event started at what was it? Was it 9?
I think like 9:30.
I think the event started at 9 and ran till midnight. And so you're running this After Hours event while fireworks is going on, while there's still people in there that are not paying to be there.
Yeah.
So it takes a little longer to clear that crowd out because the fireworks are going to last 15-20 minutes. That's just, I don't know. I think if I could give Disney advice on how to fix that, I would say start it an hour after fireworks to give the crowds time to disperse, so that you have that 3 hours that you paid for. Make it from 10 to 1. That way they can actually enjoy it with less people around, because it doesn't matter if they're not riding rides. You still have to fight the crowds to walk through them.
Yeah. And the hours, like, in our videos, we will explain, like, what times it start, what times it end. Right now it's kind of, like, blurry because it's been a while. But originally it's $125 without the annual pass discount.
So we save about $30 with the annual pass discount. Plus tax, so you're realistically saving like what, $25 roughly? $20 or $30? $25, $30.
So all the rides. So we have, Splash, Space, Seven Dwarfs. We'll get into Seven Dwarfs in a minute. Pirates, Peter Pan, Mickey's Philhar Magic, Jungle Cruise, A Small World, Haunted Mansion. Even can meet the princesses in Fairy Tale Hall.
That's not even all of them.
No, it says and much, much more. So there's pretty much, let's say everything is open.
So the food was I think it was the bakery.
It was the bake. I
want to say Cosmic Rays again.
I think it was just the bakery.
Was it?
because they give you free popcorn, ice cream, and drinks, but you can have that.
They give you the wristbands.
Yeah.
And the lanyards.
Okay, yeah. So we checked in
like 7:30.
7:37, whatever. And there's 3 different check-in points, but I think we went to the main.
There's Main
We
Street.
went to the Main Street one.
There's one in Adventureland. And there's another one.
It's in Stitch, or right in front of Stitch.
Stitch Escape. Okay.
So I guess let's go back. So right when you first check in, they were like, if you're going to this event, come through this line. So we just went ahead through the main gates, and they went ahead and gave us a lanyard. They gave us a wristband. I mean, they hook, you know, make sure no one's gonna get in without paying, I guess. And then went through, scanned, went on our way. I mean, there's still fireworks. It hasn't even started when we went in there, I like to say. Yeah, because it started like around 9.
No, yes, the fireworks started at 9.
So we went and like, we had some fast passes still, so we went and did the fast passes. And then his sister was still there. She didn't leave until like after the event started.
So like 9:30. No, she didn't leave until like 9:30.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess because it started at 9.
So we enjoyed the fireworks. Everything, like, we pretty much watched the
All
fireworks.
you can really do is wait for the first hour, because the
'Cause
first
it's-
hour of after hours, there's
They're
still
still
so
in there.
many people.
Yeah.
And they have everything blocked off from around the castle, so you can't really maneuver too well. But you got free ice cream, free popcorn, free drinks.
Once again, but you're gonna hear us in the video complaining about how there's no guide map for the free.
Which they do give you a guide map. They just don't. I don't know. I never saw it when we walked
Okay,
in.
so we walked through the main gate and we looked at the main section, like, you know, where they keep all the park maps. And there wasn't like a map for the event that tells you where the kiosks are for the ice cream and stuff. So the whole time we keep going to these carts and like, sorry, we're not doing this here. So like a lot of times in our videos we're like, everything's great if they had a map. Literally towards the end of the night we saw a lady with a map. We don't know how she got it though. We don't.
I started seeing maps after that. I was like, this is really weird.
After like all of our video, after like majority of us like complaining about it.
Yeah.
But so I don't know if it's gonna be different, but then okay, so the cart on Main Street does not do it. Does not give out the free stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing to definitely be aware of, because we waited in 2 or 3 lines, and yeah, got to the front and there wasn't. They said they weren't participating in it, so it's not every cart.
It's not every cart.
I would say it's no. Actually, no. This is a good one. So there's only the one in front of the castle.
There's 2 in front of castles.
Yeah, but I think they were only running one, because we went to the one on the other side. We went on the one on the, like, if you're looking at the castle, the one on the right
Does it?
will be doing it. The one on the left doesn't. The one at the front of Main Street doesn't do it. The one in front of Big Thunder does it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And then Liberty Square did it, and I think that was it. That's all I saw.
There's probably one in Tomorrowland too.
I'm sure there's one in Tomorrowland, but
Yeah.
let's just say 4 tops. And the only bad thing about it is those lines got so backed up because there were not enough carts out.
Okay, let me add this on too. So I used to work at Disney and I worked at the food carts, right? So when they first started, we had carts everywhere. We even rolled out carts and put them like random spots for people to get that. And it was, I mean, yes, it was dead to us because like we would probably have like one person every like 20 minutes, but I think it was really helpful because someone's always there.
Well, yeah, I think that definitely. The good thing about the lines backing up is you can ride, if you're not looking to get popcorn and drinks, you can ride the rides with
The
no
rides are
wait.
great, yeah.
But in terms of convenience, it would take us 10 to 15, 20 minutes to get
Just to get the stuff.
just to get popcorn and drinks.
Because it's not a lot of carts are open. And of course, there's
And
not a lot of food
they're
options.
so spread out that they're collecting the people from the surrounding area,
Yeah.
and it's a big area.
Um,
So it just depends on your aspect of it. I think if you're there just to ride the rides, it's fantastic.
so, yeah, so with the ride, the wait times, amazing. I think, of course, the longest thing was 7 doors. We waited in line
I want to say 15 minutes,
15,
maybe.
and the thing said it was probably like 30, 40.
Which we had already ridden that ride earlier in our trip, so we kind of just left.
Yeah, because it just kind of got stopped for a little bit, so we're just like, that's where everybody's going to pretty much, because everybody wants to ride that.
But every single ride was open. I mean, even Space broke down earlier that day, and they had it back up and running for that event.
Yeah, but just the Seven Dwarfs thing is just a lot of people. What we did, we made fast passes for it, and then saved our, you know, for Splash, we waited to ride Splash for the extra magic. Just because we went ahead and did it.
We rode it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, so once again, Splash is our favorite ride. We got on Splash, we rode it, and we stopped and they're like, do you want to ride it again? We didn't even get out of the log.
Which I personally haven't experienced that. I would say it's been at least half a decade since I've been allowed to stay in the log. Because normally, even during other events, like back before they shut down Extra Magic Hours or Splash for Extra Magic Hours, there were still people in line that would be waiting to get on the log, so it was very rare that you could just continue riding it like you can smaller rides.
Yeah, so
that's one thing I really don't like about Extra Magic Hours is the fact that they shut down Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite memories as a child and as a teenager that I'll probably never see again because I really don't know why they shut it down for Extra Magic Hours. I don't.
I know.
It's irritating.
But different day. Anyway, so I mean, we probably rode Splash. I like to say 3.
It was like 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times.
We rode it like 2 or 3 times in the beginning, and then we went back and like once in the beginning, and then we went back and did it like 3 times.
Yeah. And then we rode Big Thunder once or twice.
Space was once. Pirates, Haunted Mansion, pretty much like the staple rides.
The carousel. I love the carousel. I have to pull him on it all the time.
Not the Carousel of Progress.
No, just
the Prince Charming.
That's the thing. I don't think the Carousel of Progress was open.
It wasn't.
That's it.
That was because that's one of my favorite rides too. I mean, I don't even know if you call it a ride, but a show.
Was it People Mover open? They might have been closed.
I don't know.
Because I know Astro Orbiter was open though.
Honestly, I think People Mover and Carousel of Progress were both closed for the after hours event. If I had to rate, if you had to rate all 3 on a scale of 1 to 10.
I guess like you get what you paid for. So we paid for the after hours event 1, Annual Pass event 2, and then Extra Magic Hours.
I'm saying
3.
like on a scale of like to 10.
To 10. Okay, so 10's like perfect. I mean, there were some bumps in the road in the beginning.
I think after hours to me,
I wouldn't even give it.
I would give it, honestly, it was just about perfect. I would give it an 8.5, just for the fact of the people not leaving right away and the carts being overloaded with people.
Yeah, and maybe have like some more stuff open, like souvenir shops. I mean,
just
people want to back around.
Well, or have more food options, but like I said, you're getting free food anyway. So like I said, 8.5 out of 10, which is, I mean, that's really high.
Let me tell you about how much ice cream we ate. It was a lot. I mean,
we had like 3 apiece.
It was so much, and then we just took.
And we shoveled like 6 drinks home with us.
We just took all the drinks home with us.
Had 1 or 2 things of pop.
Yep, it was great. I mean, you feel like you still see people. It's not gonna be like totally empty, but you feel like you're special, I guess, for doing this.
So the Extra Magic Hours, the regular for the resort guests, I would give it a.
Oh, for the resort guest.
Man, I don't know.
I mean, more
I guess
stuff's
like
open,
I'd probably
but
give it a 5 out of 10.
yeah, I mean, it's still nice.
It's great. There's still not a lot of people in there, but once again, they don't have Splash Mountain open.
It's a thing, people.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
But it's more people.
It's a little more people because there's a lot of resorts.
It's more wait times.
Yeah.
And then Annual Pass.
The Annual Pass event, I would give a 7 out of 10.
I would give 7. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because it was a lot less crowded than Extra Magic Hours. Still more crowded than After Hours, but that was fine. I mean, it was free, so I think like if you compare the 3 and you don't want to spend the money, the Annual Pass After Hours is probably the best option.
But you're still, if you're an Annual Pass holder, you're still spending that money.
You're spending. You're either spending it up front or monthly, but you know, but you're still saving money because you get to go all year.
Yeah.
So I think that the annual pass holder event is the best value. But like I said, the after hours event was definitely the best one.
Yeah, after hours, hands down. So so just keep a lookout on when they're gonna open that back up if you want to, you know, buy a ticket. It's worth it. It's so worth it. I'm
going this next week, and I just got another ticket.
He's going without me.
I just got another ticket. My sister paid for it.
Yeah.
But it was, it's less than a week away, and I was still able to get a ticket to it.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't suggest doing that if you really want to go.
If you want to go. But I know when we went, your sister and mom were looking at it, and they said that I think a couple of days before it was still open.
Yeah. It doesn't fill up quite as fast as you would expect it to.
Because not a lot of people want to pay for it, but still.
It's so worth it.
It's so worth it. Never mind, I'm not going to say that. It's another surprise.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it. But is that it? We're good?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think you just have to assess this, and also with the parking for the after hours, that kind of varies because you can have annual pass holders. There's a lot of annual pass holders that will buy the after hours because they save money on the tickets to begin with. Mm-hmm. And then you're also going to have the resort guests who can afford to pay that extra amount also. So it kind of goes both ways. I think the transportation after hours was a little less hectic than the other two because it was so widely spread.
But we were on the boat going back.
What do you mean?
At the after hours event, we were on the boat going back to the TCC.
Yeah, but I don't think it was as bad. It wasn't as crowded as the annual pass holder event.
But we got really good parking that day. Like, we were up close, if you remember that.
Yeah, we will. So we have a strategy. We don't go to the park during the day of the extra magic hours at night. So
we just started doing that.
that actually works out pretty good.
Yes, but like when we went, we got almost preferred parking, I think.
So you just have to assess the perks you're getting, the transportation afterwards, and basically how many people they're going to let in at the crowd levels. I think that's the three things to look at, and
keep going.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it in the down bar. Let us know.
In the comments.
In the comments, down bar. In the down bar below. Like this video, and I think that's it. We'll see you next Monday. Bye.